What if God's idea of justice looks like injustice to us? What if heaven isn't really about merit or effort or how early you arrived, but something far stranger? The parable we're going to look into today is the parable of the workers in the vineyard. It is one of the most offensive stories Jesus ever told. Some say that it's about divine generosity. Others hear tyranny, disguised as mercy. And the deeper you dig, the more unsettling it gets. This is the Obelisk, and today we're descending into a parable where fairness dies and something older and more dangerous takes its place. Sorry to interrupt your video. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so if you'd give the little subscribe button a little tickle, would much appreciate. Anyway, back to the video. The parable itself. A landowner goes out early in the morning and hires workers to tend to his vineyard. He agrees to pay them a denarius, the standard wage at the time. But throughout the day, at the 3rd, 6th, 9th, and even the 11th hour, he brings in more workers. When evening comes, he pays them all the same. The early workers are outraged. We bore the burden of the day, and you're making them equal to us? The landowner simply replies, "Friend, I am not being unfair to you. Are you envious because I am generous?" And then the kicker. So the last will be first, and the first will be last. The Orthodox Interpretation. So what is the traditional Christian reading into this? This is a story about God's grace, unearned, lavish and equal. The vineyard represents the kingdom, the denarius salvation. Whether you arrive early in life or at the final hour, grace is grace. The early workers symbolize the Jews, the latecomers the Gentiles. The parable defends the radical inclusivity of God. You don't earn eternity, it's given. The heretical reading through a Gnostic lens. But what if this isn't about salvation at all? In Gnostic thought, parables weren't lessons, they were riddles, invitations to awaken. The vineyard isn't heaven, it's the world of form, the material trap. The landowner, some say he is the reflection of the demiurge, a lesser god enforcing a bizarre upside down economy, or he's a cipher for the hidden father, bestowing gnosis equally, regardless of when you awaken. The outrage of the early workers, well, that's the ego, clinging to status, time and effort. This parable mocks spiritual pride. It whispers your effort is irrelevant. What matters is your openness to receive. Comparing theologies. Historically, both readings seem to agree on one thing. This parable challenges our obsession with earning and deserving. In the Orthodox tradition, it's often read as a vision of radical grace, a loving God leveling the field, giving salvation freely to all. In Gnostic and heretical circles, it's something else entirely, a cosmic riddle, a story meant to unseat the ego and expose the illusion of the spiritual hierarchy. The Orthodox reading comforts, the Gnostic reading disrupts, but maybe that's the point. This parable refuses to be pinned down. After all, the way we interpret it today isn't necessarily how it was first heard, or how it will be heard and understood tomorrow. So, what do you think this parable is really about? Is it divine generosity, a trap of pride, a warning, or something else entirely? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because interpretations evolve and maybe the parable is still speaking. Now on to channel news. If you're still watching, maybe you found that slightly uncomfortable. What if that's the point of the parable? Not to comfort, but to provoke. I've got more coming. Not just Jesus parables, but riddles from Egypt, Babylon, and lost gospels the church hopes you'll ignore. Hit the playlist here and binge through the parables of the ancient world. And subscribe, because something's coming, something buried. Until then, stay curious, stay heretical. Thanks for watching. Take care.